The so-called spirit bear or Kermode bear, named after a gentleman by the name of Kermode. It is a black bear that happens to be white. It is not an albino. It's not a freak. It's a population that has a certain gene for whiteness. It could have brothers or sisters that are black bears. I'm often berating what's happening to young people these days with spending 7 hours a day, 7 days a week looking at a screen and never going into nature. But I've never known more fabulous young people than are alive right now. There's thousands of them. Unfortunately, they're not the majority, but one of them, Simon Jackson, when he was a 14-year-old kid, heard that these bears were threatened by logging in their habitat, and he started young teenager, started an organization. He got movie stars and rock stars on his side, and he resolutely campaigned, and he's protected it. But he was the driving force, this kid. So they're terrific kids out there. Anyway, so I think of Simon Jackson when I look at these bears. And I love mist, I love atmosphere. I pushed them back using the sponge effect, putting thin washes of white, and then bringing back up the golden colors in the hump and that sort of thing. Playing with the abstract patterns of the little ripples catching the light. Something about, I guess I am a bit stereotyped. I love backlight and rim light. I can't stand front light, where like a flash picture of a group of people standing there flattens everything out. So I like the light to be behind and catching the rim. So you look around at my paintings, you'll find in that way I am completely imprisoned by copying myself doing backlight or rim light. So this is simply a visit. We went on a special trip to see them. And if you go at the right time of year, which is usually September, when the salmon are running, September, October, the big cruise ships that go from Vancouver and Seattle to Alaska go right past this waterfall. It's within 100 yards of the cruise ship. And if they're standing at the right moment with binoculars, they would see them. So we went there in a sailboat, and we anchored there for a few days, and we absolutely lucked out because this one individual bear was very tame. I guess he'd been well photographed. He was also very, very hungry, and the salmon had not arrived yet. And so literally, I could stand on the rock, like the rock in the foreground on the right, and he just would walk by. As tame as a dog walking by looking for salmon. He didn't care about me at all. I was just part of the furniture.